Guess what, everybody?
We're back.
Daniel's on a road trip. So we've been planning that all day.
It was epic. I liked it. Thank you. Thank you for that introduction.
Yeah. Well, this is awesome. We've been super busy, and so our podcast has suffered a little bit.
Yeah.
So also, you know what I thought all day about this is, folks. I know you're excited to watch the latest episode as you're doing right now, but what you probably should do is subscribe to the channel, whatever you're watching this on. Subscribe and get the notification button so you'll know when we're up next.
I bet you the like 6 people who have been attentive have been like, where have they been? Where are they going? Like, what's going on? We have, it's been quiet. Our notification bell hasn't rung too recently.
I've actually felt guilty, like we've abandoned them.
I did too, and
that's not a good.
And I love doing this. Actually, I love talking, and I love what we do. So
yeah, for sure. Now, right off the bat, like, you are not in your usual kind of, secret Daniel lair. We're in a different spot.
I have moved into a more public space today.
Wow.
I've brought my equipment above ground.
Oh, nice.
And actually, you know what? Okay, so I have taken a journey, and I am not in the Chatham area, nor am I in Kingsville. I am about 5.5 hours north.
Wow.
At Jardine Funeral Home. I have not jumped ship.
Yeah. What's going? People are like, what? I thought they were working together. What's going on?
Still are. It's all good. So something really cool came up. I'm part of a few groups on Facebook having to do with funeral services and funeral directors, Ontario and abroad. And someone posted this. Monica posted that she's looking for a funeral director to help watch and look after her funeral home while her and her husband go on vacation.
Right.
And I thought, wow, that is a cool opportunity.
They wanted to go on vacation.
Yeah.
And they can't just close the doors. Why would they just close the doors?
Right. They want to serve their community faithfully, regardless if they're on vacation or not.
Right. Well, so imagine if they did. It'd be like someone has their need and like, oh, sorry, they're on vacation for 2 weeks. What?
Yeah.
My dad just died.
Right. Imagine.
You can't close.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, a lot of us won't really think about that too regularly, but it's true. If you have an essential service, like a funeral director does,
you can't close.
You can't. I'm essential.
Yeah, you are. You always were. See, you always were the whole time. Right. Well, because I thought, like, I was trying to explain this to somebody. Like, imagine you're a professional baker, and Monica has a bakery way up north, and she's like, we want to go on vacation. We need to find another baker. But someone would say, well, you know what? Yeah, someone can get their baking down the street. It's no big deal.
Right.
But when your dad dies, you don't need a cake.
Right.
That's a whole different level for what we offer to people, what they offer to people.
Yeah. It's interesting. Actually, she called it a locum. Have you ever heard that word? Locum. Oh. So that's where, say, a small town doctor is going. He wants to go on vacation too.
Okay.
He can't leave his small town without a doctor.
Right.
So he actually calls his doctor friend to come and watch his small town while he goes on vacation.
So what's locum?
That's the word for it. It's the doctors or lawyers do that.
Oh, locum.
Yeah. So it's really, so that's what she had worded as locum. So I didn't know what that was. So I Googled it and I said, ooh, I could be do her locum.
Excuse me.
Okay. Yeah. So I put out email, and then she was very receptive. We had some really nice conversations, and I got sent a package about, oh, you know what? Because not every funeral home is the same. Right. But thankfully, I do have confidence in my skill as a funeral director. So sure. I could come and I said, you know what, I can definitely do what I need to do as a funeral director wherever I'm at. And it's just little things here and there, paperwork stuff. And they have an amazing team here. So they have their administrator, and she knows it front and back.
Right.
And
is she there? Is she there right now?
Yeah.
So she's working in the office. And
yeah, she hides in the basement.
Doing a podcast. She's like, oh, great.
She's so nice. She has a farm, and she's got, like, we got to go visit my girls and I and Audrey. We're going to go visit, maybe pet some calves or something like that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's like a working vacation.
And it is,
you've transplanted your skills up north.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was a really cool idea,
Yeah, that's a great idea.
because I took some vacation time from life transitions
Sure.
and tore myself away, and then and brought my family up to
Yeah.
spend our vacation in the Kawartha Lakes, which
Uh,
is beautiful up here. Oh my goodness!
yeah.
There's these super really cool birds, falconry or something like that. It's like it sounds when they chirp. It sounds like so like you gotta hide your pets because they're gonna swoop down and eat them.
Right.
And I was like,
Right.
"Whoa!" And they've got bear here, moose, deer, cougars,
Wow.
wolves. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's
What you probably already said this. What's the name of the town?
Fenelon Falls.
Fenelon Falls. Sounds like it's out like out of a like a fable or something.
Yeah, it's a
I'm just Fenelon
beautiful
Falls.
town. Beautiful town. You should like. It looks kind of like the town I'm from in Kingsville, but it feels like it's a bit more even than that. Like
Right.
beautiful shops on the main drag. They have waterfalls that go through the center of town, and there's a bridge over top because I think there's lots.
They've got that bridge that turns sideways or something.
Maybe I haven't seen it
It's
turn
like
yet.
a bridge across the water, but the middle part of it turns sideways and lets the boats through. Does that ring a bell? I was
Well, I
googling it.
haven't done enough research to figure that out.
Okay, you're too busy working. I get it. I get it. Okay.
Well, I'm just not as studious as you are. I know that when something comes along your way, all of a sudden you know everything about it, and
Oh
that's
no,
impressive.
that's an
Yeah.
old man thing. I
Oh,
gotta
he's
know
like,
stuff. Yeah.
this Google has so many information, so much answers here.
Right, right.
I'm gonna get all my knowledge just by sitting down and typing out some things,
On the goggle. Yes.
and
So
I just take it for granted. I was like, oh yeah, well, whatever, we're here.
it's a thing.
Yeah.
So your wife and and children are they having a good time?
They're loving it. They're still doing their homeschooling and stuff, and then
Cool.
the girls had karate grading, which I
Yeah.
won't bore you with all the details. My littlest one got her butt kicked from a very good student.
Okay.
So today she's like, my cheek is sore. It's like
Oh
that's what
wow.
happens when you get hit. But
Wow. Like we're talking contact karate.
yeah, yeah. But
Wow.
that was a small portion of their grading. The
Okay.
big portion was all of the routines that they learn and
Kata, is that what they call it? Is that what they
the
call it?
katas. The
Katas? Okay,
katas.
katas.
And it's the way like how to hit, how to fall, how to jump, how to kick, all those things. And we were nervous as parents watching them,
Sure.
and our heart were like in our chest, and they did amazingly. They worked really well under pressure, which we were like, wow, that was way better than we could have done. So very
Well, that's
happy for
because
them.
I know there was a bit of a timing thing, like in Kingsville, where like
Hmm.
the main guy is on tour or whatever. So this is
Yep.
how you figured it out. We'll meet
Yeah,
you
it
in
was
Toronto.
so yeah, since you mentioned that, I'll give a brief rundown. They're part of Purple Dragon Karate, and
Okay.
that's out of Trinidad. It's the Donjitsu Ryu system.
Okay.
And the Grand Master comes once a year, or maybe at least once a year, and tours the world, all his dojos,
Right.
and does all the grading in person. And so it was supposed to be in March-ish when he came to Kingsville, but it happened to be right in the middle of the trip here in April.
Right.
So
Right.
we're like, no, we're going to be away like 6 hours north. We can't go to the grading. The girls have been working hard for a year. And then we ended up just saying, okay, you know what? There's another dojo in North York, just north of Toronto,
But the
and
same school though, like the
yeah,
same.
the same school, the
Yeah.
same everything. They learn
Cool.
the same things the girls learn. So
Cool.
Monday and Tuesday night, we drove from Kawartha Lakes an hour and a half south
Cool.
to North York. They did their seminar and their grading, and then it was great. So it
Awesome.
worked out well.
Awesome. Clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm getting distracted. Check out. You have one of these in your office as well.
Yeah. Yeah. A bunch of graduates from the
Right,
Humber.
and there's 2 here because we have 2 funeral directors that
Nice.
are married that run this funeral home,
Right. Okay.
and, one graduated class of 1990,
Ooh.
and the other one was 92.
Oh wow, they're
So
old timers. Old
yeah,
timers.
and,
You have do you have one with all the little pictures? Do you? One of
no,
those? You didn't get one?
I probably had to pay for it, and I wouldn't pay for that.
Oh yeah, Dutchy, Dutchy. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I was like,
Okay.
"I know I'm graduated, I don't need stuff.
Yeah. So
I have a
90
diploma."
and then 92. And
Yeah,
I'm '03.
okay,
And then
and,
what you graduated
I my license is in 2014.
2014. Look at that.
So a
Look at that.
mere
So
10 years ago.
you got some the people that run that place. They've been at it a while.
Yeah, but I wanted to kind of point out to the public because they might not know, like funeral directors, you can't just apply for a job and work as a funeral director.
Right. Right.
So you have to go to school in Ontario,
Yep.
and it's different everywhere.
Yep. For
But
sure.
I saw so the gentleman here, Rob Jardine, who owns the facility, he graduated in 1990. I was looking at the pictures of his fellow students, and he went to school with Brent Finn, who I worked with in Toronto.
Oh.
Brent Finn is the son of John Finn, who was one of the instructors.
Oh.
So
Oh. I remember. He was gone when I was there, but
right, but I
yeah,
worked
I
with him
remember
in
hearing the
Toronto. So
name.
then I see his picture as like a youngin over here. I thought that
Right.
was kind of
Okay.
cool.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool. Yeah.
but funeral industry is really small,
Yeah.
right?
Well, in the
And
province. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, you get a lot of people that apply to Humber College every year, and they accept about a quarter of the amount of people that apply, unless it's changed since I've been. And then it's 1 year of school,
Right.
like the 2 semesters, and not a lot of people. Well, how many people are Christmas graduates? We call them, which they
Oh,
don't make it quite through.
like a percentage. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe you lose 30% of the students.
Yeah.
eh,
Maybe. I don't know.
maybe not that many, but then and
I
then the
didn't pay
rest.
attention to the losers. Sorry.
Oh,
That's just me. Oh, sorry.
I
Yeah.
was like, I was hoping I wasn't one of them. Thankfully, I passed.
I
And
didn't have a plan B, so it's like I must do it. But yeah, I remember thinking like, wow, you came all the way here and you
so you went.
flunked out in a couple months. Get out of here.
So you were in the teacher's office and be like, hey, so what can I do?
What can I do? Can I fold these papers for you or three-hole punch? Yeah.
Here's an apple.
Here's here's an apple. I embalmed the apple. How did I do? And all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you know it's and Richard, there's many people on those pictures behind you, as well as on my little rogues gallery picture of
Yeah.
people that change gears, got licensed,
Yep.
worked for a bit, and then are no longer funeral directors
It's
for
true.
whatever
Even
reasons.
my brother-in-law,
Yeah,
he
there you go.
licensed funeral director. He went to school with me. That's where we met.
Oh
And
yeah,
then to
yeah, yeah.
remain friends, we had to marry sisters.
Right, right.
So
It's like
yeah,
it's a thing you guys do.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So we became family, even better.
And is he the
And
guy that's a cop now?
yeah, so he
Oh
he
yeah,
switched
okay.
gears and he gave up being a funeral director. He actually let his license go and everything, and he became a cop, and
Right.
he's doing
So
well, very well.
there wasn't near enough action for him as a funeral director. It's like this is boring. I got to knock some skulls together, like that kind of
Yeah,
cop stuff.
yeah, exactly.
I love cops, by the way, so I'm not trying to make fun of cops. Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that.
cops are awesome. They work hard and they have to put up with a lot of garbage. We in society we're thankful for cops when we need them,
Oh yeah, big time.
right?
Well,
And
yeah, the people that are complaining like defund the police, like yeah, when you're getting your head smashed in an alley,
call
you'll
the
be
cop.
hoping there's a cop soon coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big time.
Yeah, exactly. And
It's like
so
the no atheists and foxholes phrase.
right.
You're like, there is no God. Yeah, but if someone has got a gun in your face, you're probably going, oh God, please save me. Like, oh, wait a second.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perspective.
Perspective.
Hmm.
So you and your locum there. So have
Yeah.
you like do you go out and like in your robe in the morning and get like the newspaper off the lawn and like, hey Jim, and wave to the neighbors? Is it that small of a town?
Well, I'll tell you, the other morning I came down and I hear the doorbell go off, ding ding. Oh, somebody's here. So I walk and I look. I'm like, oh, I don't see anybody. But then I heard some rustling, actually in the office I'm sitting at because the front door is that way,
Okay.
and so I go. I don't want to scare anybody, but I'm like, hello, hello. And then this older gentleman comes out of the office, and I could tell right away he was hard of hearing, and and I'm like, hello. And he goes, "Huh!" And he cocks his fist
Oh,
back.
what?
And I'm like, whoa, hey. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, sorry. Are you Daniel?
He
He
cocks
said,
his fist. Wow.
yeah. Yeah. I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, I
I
got the
was
mail
gonna
for
punch
you.
you out.
He's like, I got the mail for you. I'm Monica's dad. And I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
So the lady who owns the funeral home, he lives right across the street. So he
Oh,
went
okay.
down to the post office and got our mail for us and or for them and brought it here.
Right.
But he's really hard of hearing. So he was like, oh,
Yeah.
it
Wow.
startled him.
Was that
And I don't know,
like
maybe that was just a humorous thing that he did to be
oh,
like,
yeah.
haha, I was gonna punch you out, or it was an actual defense mechanism. But good for him. He's
Yeah.
a spry old guy.
So is this like an everyday thing? Like every day he's like, "Here's the mail. I brought the milk." And
Not so far.
okay, okay.
We'll find out.
So you're in the
Yeah.
same time zone, right? Like it's not like
Yeah.
10 o'clock at night up there. Okay.
I don't know what time it is for him, but yes, for me and you, it is the same
Right.
time zone.
Right.
Hey,
Right. Well,
look,
we
so also while I'm here, we are living above the funeral home.
nice classic.
It's they got a really great place to stay. That we're living in their home, so they went on vacation and put their home up for us, which is so generous.
Yeah,
And it's a beautiful space above the funeral home,
I bet.
which takes Audrey and I back to when we first got married.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because when we first got married, we did our honeymoon and then we drove back to Belle River, Ontario,
And lived above a funeral home,
lived above a funeral home.
and it wasn't creepy.
No, not to us.
Not to you.
And
You're newlywed. You didn't even see the light of day for like
well, it was nice to work downstairs and go up for lunch.
Okay, careful now, careful. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. The so you know how we have walk-ins
Yep.
often at life
Yes.
transitions. Does it happen? Like people sort of like, hey, what's going on? Where's Monica at? You know,
Well, I get a few phone calls. Hey, I'm looking for Monica. Hey, looking for Robin. It's like, oh, they're on vacation. Oh, you must be the guy who's looking after things because they posted on Facebook in Fenelon Falls Facebook group. Hey,
wow.
everybody! Daniel and his beautiful family are going to be coming and watching the funeral home. Say
Cool.
hi. And so we went into town on Sunday afternoon and we went to the cafe, beautiful little cafe, and we were drinking our coffee. And this lady comes up to us. You must be
Oh,
Daniel
I
and the
love it. I
family.
love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was so sweet, and she was just like, "Oh, welcome to town, and I hope you love it here." And so I said, "Is there anything that I shouldn't miss while we're here?"
Right. Good
And
question.
she goes, just as it's about to get dark outside, you got to go and listen to the frogs. And I
Oh,
was like, "Really?" Because there's a beautiful swamp, which doesn't that sounds like a lot oxymoron, but in the
doesn't
north,
sound good. It's a
yeah,
beautiful
because
swamp.
yeah, in the big city, the swamp is like green and there's oil spill
Yeah.
on top and there's like
Shopping
bones
carts
floating.
sticking out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
disgusting. But here, the swamp is actually a nice place, like
Well,
clean water running through reeds
right.
and frogs and birds and the falconry and all those things, right?
Right. Well,
So
probably up
she
here
goes,
they probably call it the marsh. Marsh? They
yeah,
call it the
maybe that's
swamp?
what I think she called it the swamp. Yeah,
Wow.
or
Wow.
maybe it was called the marsh.
Marsh. Yeah, because swamp is usually it's a negative, kind of like people
Yeah,
go and they clean out the swamp creatures in Washington, DC and all that kind of stuff. But
right. But no, it's beautiful. So she goes, she goes, the frogs are so loud, it'll almost make your ears ring. I was
wow.
like, cool.
So have you done
So,
it?
yeah, I did. And I got to actually, I was a little bit away because there's two baseball diamonds between us and the marsh.
Okay.
So I could hear it from our place,
Wow.
but we got to go actually towards the marsh. And apparently though, there might be a bear that lives in that area.
Man, you could take a
So
bear.
yeah, it's worth a
Take a
shot.
bear.
And my girls know karate.
Take
So
you, bear.
my 5 and 6 year old, they
Bare
know karate.
knuckles. Bare knuckles on you. Bare
Yeah.
bum. No, no, that's going the wrong direction.
What else can we bear?
Yeah.
A bear fruit.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right. I'll bear your burdens. Yeah, there you
yes.
go. Well, I'll
Yeah.
tell you, Daniel, I don't say this to many people. You're missed.
Oh, thank you.
You're
Well,
missed down here.
I miss you guys too. To be
Yeah.
honest, I love
Our
working with
our
the team.
our, our office professionals are sort of like, so he's not here again, eh? You know,
It's just so
guys that do a lot
quiet.
of driving. They're like, "Was Daniel not back yet?" I'm like, "I'm here." They're like, "When's Daniel coming back?" You know, and I'm like, "Hey, but I'm here." Yeah, yeah. Anyway, it's good.
We're used to you, James.
The walk-ins, like, "Yeah, is Daniel here? Oh, he's on vacation. Can I help you?"
Okay.
Like, when's he back? Like, oh, yeah, anyway. Well, you're missed.
I,
You're missed.
I doubt that, but
Yeah, right
yeah.
on, right on. So you're anyone that's still maybe kind of confused. You're covering the
Yeah.
operations of a funeral home. So if the
Right.
phone was to ring in 5 minutes and someone's dad just died,
Oh,
you're
someone's
gonna.
about to walk in, actually.
Oh,
Hold that thought real quick.
okay, okay. That's where we kind of
Hi
hold
there.
court here.
How are you?
Someone's. Oh my goodness, he's closing the door. That means someone's just walked into the funeral home, and they're maybe just saying hi, or it could be one of these kind of what you call a walk-in at need, which means someone's died, someone needs your help, and you've had no preparation. You just jump into it. So we're going to find out when Daniel comes back in here. And I doubt it's a walk-in at need, but it could be a walk-in pre-need or just someone saying hi. The door is kind of opening. No, it's closing. It's opening.
I
He's
just
coming
figured
in.
that.
Oh,
That's okay.
okay. We're going to find out. What's
Okay.
it going to be? I was telling them like what it could maybe be. So
Right.
what is that?
So this gentleman, he had a package to pick up.
Okay.
He's from a local church, and there was a package that we had for him here. So he
Okay.
was just popping in. It was a walk-in. He was popping in to pick up the package. And
There you go. We're just talking about that, and then he gets
do
a
you know where he went,
walk-in.
or do you know what church he goes to?
Uh,
Emmanuel Baptist.
wow.
Yeah,
Every town's got one.
yeah. Apparently,
Every town's got an Emmanuel Baptist or a First Baptist,
right.
and they don't mix. Well, it's that's
Like
okay. That's okay.
that's all right.
Yeah,
That maybe in heaven they'll figure out their
yeah,
different.
maybe. We'll have to
Oh wait, are both of them going to heaven?
wait. Ooh, wait a minute.
Ooh.
Maybe the Lord has like a get along sweater. Yeah, you put no front, you get along there, you different types of Baptists people. Yeah, I don't know why God is Southern all of a sudden, but
Yeah.
yeah,
So, like you were saying, they went on vacation. And I've taken up the position, the job to come and watch their funeral home while they're gone.
sure,
And it's so cool. They filled me in on some details that I would need to know, and I'm here as their funeral director. So, if someone passes in town or out of town, whatever it might be, they call, and I'm the guy that they will be dealing with.
right.
And I've dealt with a few families already, and seems to be going very well,
So
which is great.
similar to life transitions, like you'd get the
Mhm.
call, you
Yep.
maybe have to go bring the person into your care,
Mhm.
probably have to do the prep if it's needed,
Yep, that's
you
right.
meet the family,
Mhm.
organize the service,
Yep,
organize the burial, the cremation,
that's
the
right.
whole thing.
Yep, I gotta call the city, I gotta order the grave, I gotta,
Wow.
maybe do the monument, I have to, do the paperwork, talk to the priest, talk to the everybody, and make sure
Yeah.
everything goes smoothly,
Wow.
drive their cars,
Yeah.
talk with their staff, organize a funeral to happen,
Yeah.
and execute it well,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know?
That's right. That's right.
With and I'm on the map, right? Because I don't know where I'm going. I've never been around here.
That's right.
So
You can't really
so,
fake that either. So like, yeah, the cemetery is this way, I think.
yeah,
So
no.
we're no, yeah.
And yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's a pretty interesting opportunity, and we're enjoying it so far a
Yeah.
lot. And
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. Very, very
and one
cool.
interesting thing is here, Jardine Funeral Home has the agreement with the coroner, mainly out of just giving really good service,
Right.
because sometimes you call a funeral home at 1:30 in the morning and they don't want to bother, right?
Right. Yep. Yep.
And so I know we at Life Transitions, we if someone calls at 1:30 in the morning,
Boom.
boom, we're
We're there.
there,
We're there.
and we don't hesitate. We're there, and as fast as they need us there. But
Right.
here they have good service too. So what happens if someone passes in the whole region, they'll call this number,
Right.
and if it's a coroner's call, which
Okay.
is
Gotcha.
the coroner needs that body to be transferred to Toronto for
Right.
autopsy or investigation.
Sure.
So then I have to be on call for that as well, which
So
is.
you're in Fenelon Falls, like you as
Mhm.
you told us. Is there other funeral homes there?
Not in Fenelon Falls, but in the neighboring towns there are.
But you're the only show in town.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
It's a nice small town. I think around 6,000, 8,000 people or so,
Okay. Okay.
and yeah, it's
Very,
really cool.
very, very cool. Very cool. So the folks that are away, the
Hmm.
Jardines.
Yeah, I'm using his mug, by the way.
Wow. What's it say? I'm proud to be a mortician. No. Mortis. No. Murder Undertaker. So you can't spell mortician is what the joke is. I get it.
Exactly.
I prefer Undertaker. I want us to take that back from that stupid wrestler.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope he doesn't hear me say that because he'd probably kill me. But did you say
Yeah.
I am an
And you know
Undertaker?
what?
Like the
I
wrestler?
invite
No.
I invite him to come to
That's
Chatham
right.
and take you on, James.
You hear this?
Right now, this is a call out
Undertaker,
to the Undertaker.
you're going down by the real Undertaker. That's the voice I use. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, well, this is great. I didn't know we would be able to do this. Do a podcast with you hours
Mm,
and hours away,
great.
and this message is actually bouncing off a satellite right now, coming back down
Yep.
to here. It's incredible. It's
And we
incredible.
have good internet here, which is great.
Yeah, it's
Actually,
good.
you can go 10 minutes north of here and like not have any internet at all.
I bet
So,
because of the
uh,
Bears.
yeah, we have fiber optics, which is cool. And oh yeah, we talked a little bit about the licensing.
Yep.
Why kind of I got something interesting to share with you.
Good. Let's do it.
So the administrator here has been going to school or taking the course and training to be a licensed pre-arranging
Ooh, there you
director.
go. Okay.
She just wrote her exams yesterday,
Okay.
so she had to study hard, and she went to Toronto to write her exams.
Yeah.
And so, because not everybody can pre-arrange funerals in Ontario, you
Yeah.
have to have a license for that. James and I are Class 1 funeral directors, so we are allowed to pretty much do anything in the funeral industry,
Anything.
and anything. Uh, you name it, we can do it. And embalming and writing contracts, signing things, all those things, right?
Yeah.
So, but there are some folks who are not interested in being a funeral director at all, but they do want to sell pre-arranged funerals to people.
Sure. Yeah.
And there's a lot of those. Most of the time, they're commission based,
Right.
and not always though. And
So she'd do that there. She'd be on staff there.
yeah,
Yeah.
so she'd be on staff here, and her husband is a poet.
Oh wow.
And James, you're going to love this. So this is written by John Knox. That's his name.
Not John
And
Knox, famous Scottish theologian.
no, probably not.
No. Okay.
And it was written April 15th, 2024 for Julie's Big Test Day. Julie is her name. So this is what he wrote. Your big day. If you live in an organized manner, let's be smart. Call your funeral planner. You can't stop it. You can't hide. Let the funeral planner be your guide. These planner folks cannot be fooled. They are carefully trained and properly schooled. When you pass, you will have no say. So speak up now. Plan your big day. You have choices. You have to ask it. A cheap wooden box or a fancy casket. They can light you up and let you burn and plunk your remains in a fancy urn. As you can see, it's no brainer. It's a no brainer. You're going to be in some kind of container. You pay ahead like a toll, so those left behind don't end up in a hole.
Ooh.
Now's the time. Don't hesitate. The pearly gates, they just don't wait. Get off your butt and plan ahead. It's too late when you're dead.
Wow.
Isn't that awesome?
That's great. That's great. He's obviously been around the funeral world. Those
I,
are the messages we tell people all the time without
yeah.
rhyming.
Yeah,
It's, uh,
I love it, and she read that to us. We were having lunch. So how they do it here is similar to what we do in the office when we have ability. Is during lunchtime, they just all have lunch at the kitchen table,
oh,
and
cool.
yeah. So she was like, "Oh, my husband wrote me this poem for my test yesterday," and she read it. I was like, "I got to read that on my podcast."
That's awesome. John
Yeah.
Knox. Yeah,
Mm.
that's cool. That's really cool.
The now famous poet.
Yes. Yeah. You're welcome, John Knox.
Yeah, a farmer and a
He'll
poet.
take off, and we'll be left in the dust, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. So how long has she been with the Jardines?
Great question. Thank
Okay.
you for asking it.
Okay. I'm glad
Yeah.
you're very curious about your surroundings and things like that. Okay, you're going to get to know her now. That's amazing.
We've been having amazing conversations.
Did you tell her that we have a poet on staff also?
I did.
Well, yeah, I guess he's not on staff, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I did. And I said that he was a little bit disturbed because I used AI to write a poem and it sounded great.
Yeah, he's nervous. He's nervous.
Probably.
Yeah.
But I mean, AI is going to be writing for a lot longer, I think, than he will be.
Oh, ouch. Okay. He'll never see this. That's okay.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Listen, I'm looking at the counter here. We're almost at the 30-minute mark, and that's when a lot of
Yeah,
our fans go like, "You know what, guys? We
yeah.
got it. Yeah,
You
30
know,
minutes. We're
yeah,
okay."
and we had a lot of interesting chit chat and nothing too deep today. Maybe we'll get back to this next week and
Yeah.
prepare something else. But it was enjoyable.
Yeah, it was good to see you. It's good
You
to
as
see you.
well,
Yeah,
as it
right.
is always.
Yeah, well, we and I noticed you chimed in. You noticed that we have a brand new PhD on staff, which
I
is
love it.
exciting.
That's so cool.
Yes.
Mr. Al, the PhD professional hearse driver.
Yes. Yeah, he's not even on Facebook. And I'm not sure if you've noticed that he's like literally melting the airwaves. I didn't know how very beloved he is. There's like people chiming out from all over the world. So like, oh, we love you. Like, holy geez.
You
Anyway,
know, his wife, she was like, "You look so good, honey."
oh, no, when he said, that's a handsome chap.
Oh yeah, so I
Oh,
knew it was like,
calm down, lady. Yeah. Anyway, listen, I got to go back to work, and you go back to your grueling day you're having there too.
sounds good.
But yeah, good seeing you. Say hi to all your people.
All right, and right back at you. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Maybe we'll see you virtually next week.
Yeah, yeah. If you're up for it, all right.
Yes,
Watch
sir.
over those
All right.
Bears.
Have a good one.
Watch out for the Bears.
Bye.